Perfect right there.
You started already?
Oh yeah, I pressed the record button. All right, cool. About to start class. So, you got a question? Type it in as I get my share on. Put in this sign-in sheet. Do the typical things that I do.
The lighting's actually not bad today for some reason. Lighting's a little better. Let me get rid of the background real quick.
How do you do that? Just
Unplug
unplug
it
it.
on all, but nope, don't unplug it. I'm about to put the class on so we know it's always rolling.
Just make sure the volume ain't pumping.
No, I got you. I'm sorry. That way you know if it's rolling or not, if there's issues.
So listen,
That way you know if it's rolling or not.
it's actually a brilliant idea.
There you go. So now, there you go.
Have my earpiece in my hand and shit.
On the,
Yo, if you got any questions, type them in the comment section. We'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? Get my share on and everything. Yo, if you got any questions, type them in.
catch the volume. You look up top. There you go.
Most High Christ. I need a new phone that moves quicker, man.
This right over here.
Any questions, type them on in. Don't let us share the 10 groups at a time in this joint now, man. Yeah, man. Goddamn devil.
It's probably for only our account.
Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah Barakatah to all my brothers. Yahweh Shemar Elatham by Shem Yahweh Shah to all my sisters. This is the ISUBK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And what we do, we teach the Black, Hispanic, and Native people that they are God's true and only chosen people. And being God's true and only chosen people comes with a set of responsibilities. The set of responsibilities is to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, and to love people as it guides us to do. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to do so, you gotta your heart gotta be in the right place. Your heart gotta be able to fear the Lord. Because if you're not fearing the Lord, you're fearing man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like to say they're not fearing the Lord. Everybody say they fear the Lord. The only person that I'm scared of is the Most High God. I fear nothing but God, but that's not true. Because if you fear God, you will follow those law, statutes, and commandments. If you fear God, you want to be putting yourself in the scope of that coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not following the law, statute, commandments, period, you are in that scope. You know what I'm saying? You are in the Most High's crosshairs to snipe you out because you don't want to follow His laws. His laws are here to protect us. His laws are here to guide us. You know what I'm saying? So if you got any questions, type them in. You know what I'm saying? As we get this class started, we're gonna start off with let me get my notes. Let me get my notes. Whoa. I'll put my notes. We're gonna start off with 2 Timothy 1:7. Remember, if you got any questions, you know what I'm saying, type them in. You know what I'm saying? Don't let these questions plague your mind. You know what I'm saying? These questions will play your mind, and it's a worse virus than the coronavirus can ever be. Because what is pulling you away from the Most High power. It's pulling you away from the power that we serve because you're scared to get your questions answered. You're scared it might be a dumb question. You're scared it might be stupid. You're scared it might be too simple. You're scared that we don't got the answer. Whatever the excuse is, just ask it. You know what I'm saying?
2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 7.
No, chapter 1 and 7.
Slaki. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For the Most High had not given us the spirit of fear.
He has not given us what?
The spirit of fear.
The Most High has not given us the spirit of fear. Don't get this messed up. There is a spirit of fear that we're supposed to have. But there's a general fear which all y'all have right now. All y'all wearing y'all fear on y'all shoulders. Y'all scared. Y'all coming up with all types of conspiracy theories, trying to make sense of the situation. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you something. The only sense you need to make out of the situation is that this is of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So I balance it back out a bit. Drop a bit. Yeah. Tap it more. 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 You did it big. You did it big. Would it hit you? A whole lot more. 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 Oh, too much. Perfect. See, y'all showing a lot of fear right now. You know what I'm saying? With, like the scripture said, the Most High has given us the spirit of fear. So who's giving y'all that spirit of fear of the coronavirus? Who's giving y'all that fear of the police? Who's giving y'all that fear of your boss? It ain't the Most High. That fear is coming from your oppressor. That fear is coming from your own lusts and desires in your own mind. That fear is not coming from the Most High. He has not given us the spirit of fear. There's only one thing that we should be fearing, and that's Him. But He has not given us the spirit of fear. May you continue, Bible Shaw, sir.
But of power.
But of power. Continue.
Of love.
And of love. Continue.
And of sound. It's like it. And of a sound mind.
He has given us the spirit, of power, of love, and of a sound mind. What does that mean? What does it mean to have the spirit of power? If you got power, you're not a coward. You're not cowering against nothing. Fear is automatically not there when you got power. Of love. You ain't scared to put your people above everything else. You ain't scared to put your people above yourself. You love your people above everything else. You love the Most High above everything else. You know what I'm saying? And of a sound mind. What does that mean? Let's get this in mind. Let's correlate this today. What does it mean to have the power of a sound mind? Because a lot of y'all in fear don't have that power right now. You can't have fear in a sound mind. So what does that mean? Let me break it down for y'all. A lot of y'all don't have a sound mind right now because all y'all believing in conspiracy theories. A lot of y'all are right now too scared to even, y'all walking around with masks on, gloves on, because y'all know y'all ain't following the laws of God. So y'all know y'all are susceptible. Y'all are targets. So y'all losing your mind out right now. A lot of them right now is, they had a budget. They had money at one point. They got their check. Instead of being prepared for what's to come, they buy food, they buy water, but instead of buying everything that's needed, they're going to take some of that money to get high.
That's right.
Because they're not of a sound mind. So they think that drug is going to give them a sound mind. They think those drugs are going to solve their problems. You know what I'm saying? They drinking away their pain. They're smoking away their pain, their fear. You know what I'm saying? They're making all types of jokes and stuff, and it's okay with the jokes. I don't mind the jokes. But y'all doing everything, and y'all just showing y'all fear right now. Y'all don't have a sound mind. If y'all had a sound mind, y'all wouldn't be buying all this weed and stuff, smoking it up, and now half your food is gone because y'all got the munchies. Half the food reserve is gone now. You ate up all the noodles, you ate up all the snacks, your kids are looking at you all crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't have a sound mind. You can't have fear in a sound mind. You can't have fear and love. You can't have fear and power. Those things don't mix. You know what I'm saying? Those things don't mix.
If I may.
Count out on count.
Just to go back to the Most High not giving you the spirit of fear, but of power. Here's how you know that the men and women have the spirit of the Most High, right? Here's how you know. It's because the difference between us and your religion and your mosque and your church and your unity camp is that the power that the Lord has given us has caused every brother and sister to change.
Right.
And that's what power does. Power, it's like a cause and effect, right? So the effect is the change. That's what the effect is, right? Your Christian preacher does not have any power because you are not changing. The things that he's telling you is making you more of a criminal, more of a homosexual, more of a thief, more of a liar, right? And there's a whole laundry list of sin attributes that you put on since you've been there. So the power is very important because the men that are doing the work of the Lord, they have power, which is why when brothers and sisters come into the school, they change. That's the power that the Lord has put on them, right? But if I may, on the second part, you said something.
Love?
No, not love, but sound mind. When you was talking about that, the problem with smoking weed is that how do I want to say this? It despairs your judgment, right? It causes you, being in the world when a nigga was smoking weed, when it came to money and spending, weed caused you to be broke. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, if you smoked a blunt and went to the mall, right, and your intention was to just buy something specific, you're going to exhaust all the money that's in your pocket because you're high, right?
Half of that's going into the food court.
And that's kind of what I wanted to. I'm glad you brought up munchies because while you were worried about munchies, now what are you doing during this COVID-19? Right? The weed money's gone. Right?
Now you're in trouble.
Now you're in trouble. The weed money's gone. Right? No money's coming in. Essentially, you're gonna end up robbing somebody. You're gonna end up doing something that's gonna cause you to go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what's gonna happen. What you're bringing up is so heavy because the simple fact, like when you said with power, you know what I'm saying? This COVID-19 right now is showing you who has the power to defeat a demon. You know what I'm saying? Right now, this COVID-19 is testing your spirit, especially if you're in the ISUBK. And so far, we had no drop rate. but it's testing your spirit. If you got the power to defeat your demons, if you got the power to defeat your smoking habits, drinking habits, you know what I'm saying, all types of sexual deviancy, all types of dietary habits, if you got the power to defeat your demons, which only can be found in the ISUBK, the Lord gave the ISUBK the power to help you fight your demons. And that's another factor about that power. That power is very important in Timothy 1:7. Can you start that from the top again, Baba Kushal, sir?
Khan, 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7.
2 Timothy.
2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For the Most High had not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind.
You know why you come up with all your excuses? What makes you weak to fight your demons? Is because you're scared.
That's right.
It's because you're scared. That's why you don't got that power. You know why you can't tell your woman to hush her mouth and get in order and every other, put on some clothes and all that? Because you're scared to tell her that. You don't have the power or the love for your woman. You know what I'm saying? You know why you ain't able to defeat your demons? Because you don't got a sound mind or the power to defeat those demons because you're scared. You're scared what life is like without that. I mean, come on. When I was getting high, no, let's even make it simpler. When I was smoking cigarettes, I had a certain pattern. I woke up, before I brushed my teeth, ate food or anything, I'm lighting up a cigarette. You know what I'm saying? Before I walked out the door to head to work, I'm lighting up a cigarette. I had a certain points in time when I was smoking. And in my head, if I stop that, my whole day's off. You know what I'm saying? My whole day was off. Also, you know what I'm saying? When you drink too much, I had an excuse for why I used to drink so much, because it helped me sleep. If I don't drink, I won't be able to go to sleep. That was fear. That was fear. But let's give a big ups to Commander General Johanna. He snatched that fear right up out of me. The brothers and the higher ups of the ISUBK snatched that fear right up out of me. See, that's why you can't be scared in these times. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some power. You got to have some love. You got to have a sound mind. And you can't have that with fear. Let's go to Job 28 and 28. Baba Kushal, sir.
God. Job 28, verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
Now behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. If you don't have the fear of the Lord, you're a straight up fool. If you are still more dependent on a mask and gloves and some sanitizer more than following these law, statutes, and commandments, you think that's going to protect you from some COVID-19? You're a fool. The Lord loved those who follow his law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is you're dependent. You're loving the Creator more than, you're loving the creation more than the Creator. Every disease that ever been on this earth was of the Most High. Every disease, every pandemic, every epidemic, every pestilence, every plague is of the Most High. And you think you could run from it? You think you could be safe from it with some gloves? You think some gloves are gonna? You think a mask is gonna help you?
God.
I mean, I ain't saying don't do it. Better safe than sorry. I understand. But if the Most High wants you to get it, you gonna get it. Nothing you can do about it.
God. And Salaki, in this time, Batman is actually the villain in this movie. Batman is the villain in this movie.
Oh, man. Kind out of one kind. Batman is the villain in this one. Look, so like we got a question. No, Lord Christ, this is the only time these devils. Oh, Slacky, that's you. God, all right, you handled the Slacky. Slacky, sir. I'm bugging out here in these streets. But if anything, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, if it really comes down to it, fear of the Lord is what gets you clear of everything. And when you fear the Lord, you understand things a little better. You understand things a little easier. You do some research and you actually understand how to move when things are going to the left. You know what I'm saying? In fact, read that from the top again.
Job chapter 28, verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord.
The fear of the what?
The fear of the Lord.
Continue.
That is wisdom.
Continue.
And to depart from evil is understanding.
How do you depart from evil? How do you depart from evil? That is the question. Let me tell you how you depart from evil. First thing, repenting. Because we all did it. To depart from it, that means you must be a part of it. You got to repent. What's repenting? Repenting is stop doing it. Stop sinning. Stop doing those things that you were doing. Quit it. Mature. You know what I'm saying? You ask me all those things that y'all doing right now is simply childish. It's simply childish. During this quarantine era, you got these women all up on IG doing all types of crazy things.
Slack, if I may, they're going harder than ever.
Come. Y'all going harder than ever, and this is not the time. This is high time. This is high time right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all all up on IG. My favorite DJs posted it. My favorite producers are posted it. I'm thinking that they about to do another beat battle or something. I go in and girls are just swinging. I ain't got time for that. More important things to deal with. A beat battle is more important than a woman swinging naked on a pole. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. There's a certain scripture I want. The one that you gave to me a couple of days ago.
If I could pull a scripture real quick before we do that.
Count out on count.
Ecclesiasticus 33 and 27. You mind if I pull this up real quick?
Go right ahead.
The reason why I'm bringing this up is because the reason why you need the Most High at this time and you need all the strength that the Most High can give you during this time is because there's a saying, I'm not sure if this is scripture or if this is in the world, where it says idleness is the devil's workshop, right? I'm not sure if that's scripture or not. Or
it relates to a scripture.
Yeah.
I just can't remember which one it is.
But the reason why, you being confined to your home is going to bring about much surmising of evil, or much surmising of working iniquity. It's because you don't have anything to occupy and wear your ass out, right? To the point where when you go to work, you come back home from a long day of a slave, you tired, and you just want to go to sleep. You ain't got time to do no evil. But now you have all the time to think, and all the time to do to sway your mind towards evil. And the dangers of this COVID-19 is that a lot of brothers and sisters, a lot of Israel is home right now, and Satan is penetrating their mind, and it's going to cause them to commit evil in the sight of the Lord. And the reason why I want to bring this scripture out is because this plays a big part in why labor sometimes can be important for a lot of brothers and sisters. It says in Ecclesiasticus 33 and 27, it says this: send him to labor that he be not idle. For idleness teacheth much evil.
Con. Perfect.
But go ahead.
Perfect. That is heavy as can be, because right now y'all are quarantined and y'all going to end up doing much evil. Matter of fact, remember to tack that down for next week's class. I want to do something on this, because right now there's a rise on domestic violence. We won't need that on that.
God.
And y'all committing much evils right now between idleness. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bored out your mind, so y'all think smoke is going to help you.
And strife, especially online right now, strife is on a whole nother level right now.
The social media beefing is, I always thought it was entertaining, but now it's just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's causing much strife right now. You know what I'm saying? And what you need to understand, when you are idle during this quarantine, the things y'all do, which also relates to fear. You know what I'm saying? When you're bored, you do things that you won't do in reality. You know what I'm saying? You're on the social media and you're doing things that you will not do in reality. You know what I'm saying? You are out there because you're too scared to do it in reality, so you got to do it in social media. That's fear. It's not the fear of the Lord. That's the wrong fear to have. If it's not the fear of the Lord, it's completely the wrong fear to have. You know what I'm saying? But Salaki, sir, can you get Proverbs 13 and 21? You gave me the scripture earlier this week. Proverbs 13 and 21, because the reason why you're scared of this COVID-19 is a guilt. It's guilt. You're feeling guilty right now. You're feeling guilty because the simple fact is, you know you're not right. You know you're not following the law, statutes, and commandments. So even our Christian grandmamas told us that we got to follow the 10 commandments. If you're not following the 10 commandments, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be on the wrong side of the Lord. You was taught about hell. You was taught about a whole bunch of nonsense in the Christian world, which then actually promote the fear of the Most High in you. But let me do that right now. You continue doing the things you're doing. You continue smoking weed. You continue popping whores. You continue, you know what I'm saying, showing your coochie all up on the IG, spinning on the stripper pole, selling drugs to your brothers and sisters. Guess what? You continue eating that pork, crab, shrimp, lobster, bat, pangolin, dog, cat. Guess what? The Lord's going to kill you. The Lord's going to kill you. That's what the fear of the Lord is. The fear of the Lord is breaking his law. You know what's to come. You know the punishment to come. But Salaki, sir, if you got that?
You want to start verse 20 or 21?
21.
Proverbs, chapter 13, verse 21. Evil pursueth sinners.
Evil what?
Evil pursueth sinners.
Evil pursueth sinners. And we all know that. We all know evil pursueth sinners. That's why you are scared of that COVID-19, because you know that you're not living right. You know you're not being perfect as your Father is perfect. That's why you're scared right now. That's why you got that mask on. That's why you got those gloves on. That's why you are at the drugstore at 6 o'clock in the morning hoping that they got some new rubbing alcohol or some new sanitizer that you could buy, because you know you're not living right. You know you're getting high. You know you're being a whore. You know you're being a whoremonger. You know that you are doing every manner of evil.
God.
And you know that evil is pursuing you. That COVID-19 is right around the corner from you. When you in the ISUPK, you're not sinning at all. You understand this. I'm good.
God.
I'm good. You know what I'm saying? When things get worse, because it's going to get worse. It's this is just the beginning. It's going to get worse. You know what I'm saying? Us and ISUPK know this much. We're good. We're good. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue that?
Shalakia. Proverbs 13, verse 21. Evil pursueth sinners,
Continue.
but to the righteous good shall be repaid.
There's a reward at the end of this tunnel. There's a beautiful reparation for the hard work, the ridicule, the hatred that all y'all show us. There's a gem at the end of that. You know what that gem is? There's a gem at the end of this COVID-19. There's a gem at the end of this hell that we're in called America. And that's called rulership. That's called power. That's called love. That's called a sound mind. You know what I'm saying? Because don't the scriptures say? Esau's the end of one world, Jacob will be the beginning of the next. I want some type of power in that world. The only way to get that power is in ISUPK. It's the only way to get that power. I don't know what y'all trying to do, but I know I'm trying to get at least a little bit of power by following these law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? So let's drop that.
If I may say one more thing, it might be a little outlandish, but I'm gonna say it. Anyone that has gone out their way to stock up on toilet paper has fear and is not serving the Lord.
Come.
Right?
Come.
Anyone that's done that, anyone that's going crazy, like, oh, we need toilet paper, we need toilet paper. Anyone that is a doomsday prepper fears and does not serve the Lord.
So why?
I can go down the list.
Yeah, it's a lot. Before the ISUPK, before 2015, I was this close to being a doomsday prepper.
Me too.
This close.
And you know what? It's funny. YouTube is a powerful tool, right? YouTube has created all kinds of prophets, teachers, right? Doomsday preppers, conspiracy theorists. YouTube plays a big role in all that. YouTube, I want to say, is the number one tool out of all the tools, right? And so, if you are a conspiracy theorist, there's a sense of fear inside of you, right? Because the only conspiracy theory that you should have for the COVID-19 is that this came from the Most High. If that's not the
conspiracy,
if that's not the conspiracy, then you are in fear, right? And you are in dire need of your government. My government and my counsel comes from the Lord. It comes from under Christ and Commander General Yohanan. Right? That's where I go when COVID-19 is in the midst. I don't go to the government. I don't go to the world. I'm not going crazy buying all the toilet paper. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I just may do one more in verse 25.
Oh, the same joint?
Yes.
Oh, Con, go ahead, sir.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 25. The righteous eateth to the satisfying of his soul. But the belly of the wicked shall want.
Want. That's why they're buying all that toilet paper.
Let me tell you something. If you are right with the Most High, you're going to be all right during COVID-19. You're going to be all right for any other pandemic that the Lord is brewing up that's coming on the way. That's why in Revelation it says, hurt not the oil and the wine. Israel's going to be all right, right? While all this goes down. this is really our time to come up. To be honest, it really is our time to come up. It's the one time who's this? Amana Baf Yahawada. This person said this: Shalom Yahweh Shema Alatah Bashim Yahushai. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, if I may, sir, I can't stop smiling at work of the Most High, at the work of the Most High. This is the one time where, as a black and Hispanic man, you should be smiling.
Smiling.
As this kingdom is crumbling, you should be smiling right now.
Come.
Because when the kingdom was striving, what position were you in the kingdom?
Bottom.
You were on the bottom. You were treated as filth, right? They had no regards for all the death toll of black and Hispanic men in this country. And they smiled when we died, right? Mm-hmm. They were living lavish and they were enjoying their meals while we were dying. Well, let me tell you something. If you can come back home and come back under Commander General Yohana, under Christ, under the Most High, and come back home, come to your fold, you would be smiling right now, man. Now's the time to be smiling. But go ahead, I don't want to take up too much.
Nah, what you're bringing out is so heavy because put it like this. They're out there in these stores, ransacking these stores, you know what I'm saying, showing their fear. You know what I'm saying? While us, we're buying moderately, we're good. No, why? Because we're not junkies. We're not eating up half our food supply just because we're scared and bored. You know what I'm saying? We're not, the people who had the COVID and went live, they don't even understand why we're buying up all the toilet paper. They don't even understand it. It's not an intestinal issue. It's a lung issue. It's a lung issue. But your fear, you heard some rumor and y'all running with it. Every rumor y'all hear, y'all run with it because y'all scared. You know what I'm saying? Y'all think the government made it. Know why y'all think the government made it? Because y'all scared. Y'all are in complete fear. You know what I'm saying? Wake up from that fear. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But Salakia, can I get Psalms 111 and 10? We're going to get a little more understanding of what the fear of the Lord is. I'm just going to bring up maybe one or two more precepts on that so y'all can have a full understanding. Because y'all think fearing the Lord is just going to church and banging a tambourine and singing some gospel songs. Y'all can't even do that now.
Salaki, if I may.
Come.
Even Christians don't think fearing the Lord is going to church.
What's fearing the Lord to a Christian?
Here's the thing with Christians. Christians go to church for gain. That's why they go to church. It's motivated by money. In a Christian's mind, they go to church for two reasons. They don't go to church for fear of the Lord. They go to church for entertainment, which is what black people love, especially sisters. Sisters love to sing and dance.
Mm-hmm.
They love that. They go to church for entertainment, and they go to church for gain.
I would respect it more if it was for the fear of the Lord.
No, that's not what they go to church for. They go to church for gain. That's what they go to church for. That's why it says, where it says for they believe that gain is godliness. That's what they believe. It's motivated by it for the on the pastor's end. It's motivated by selling hope. And when you sell that hope, now it's like, if I go to church, the Lord will give me more. I'll be able to pay my mortgage. Money's going to come in times 7. That's why they always say, pay your tithes. If you give the Lord an offering of $77, the Lord is going to give you $7,777. It's a bargaining chip in church. It's like, I'm a man of the Lord. And if you pay me, because I represent the Lord is going to give you tenfold. That's how it works. It's not by fear. They don't go to church for fear. If it was by fear, then they would listen to the Lord.
So it's fair to say that even in their own imagination, they don't fear the Lord.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Because of the message. The message is that he loves the sinner. That's the message.
So no matter what I do,
that's it. He loves me regardless.
That would cancel out their fear. The law's done away with would cancel out their fear.
And the other thing is, the personal relationship is the key to all this. Because with the personal relationship that they have with Jesus, my Jesus. That's why they say not my Jesus, because they all have their own Jesus. Every member in that congregation has their own Jesus.
And not two Jesus.
This person's Jesus allows him to smoke weed. That's my Jesus. This person's Jesus allows him to be a homosexual. That's my Jesus. That's how it works in the church. If everyone says, I have a personal, notice that the relationship is not a unified relationship. It's a personal relationship. Meaning, my Jesus talks to me, and your Jesus talks to you. And my Jesus is okay with what I do. He loves me for whatever I do. Your Jesus, your homosexual, loves you for whatever you do. So let's not cross paths with our Jesuses. I got my Jesus, you got your Jesus. See how stupid it is?
It's very stupid. I could never
that's what
understand
it is.
Christianity. Christianity is something I could never fathom. But so like I said, if you got Psalms 1:11 and 10.
Psalms chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is what?
Is the beginning of wisdom.
So before you can say you know anything, before you can say you know this, you know that, if you don't fear the Lord, if you're not following his law, statutes, commandments, you know nothing. You know absolutely nothing. You have no wisdom. You have no understanding. You have nothing. You are equivalent to a fool. Literally. Everybody, your TD Jakes, fool. Your Creflo Dollars, fools. Your Oprah Winfrey's, fools. What's that white boy that they love? Joel Osteen, fool. Because they don't fear the Lord. They're out there eating pork, crab, shrimp, lobster. They're out there accepting homosexuality. They're out there doing all that. That's why they're closing down churches. Because they don't fear the Lord. They close down the church because they fear COVID-19 more than they fear the Lord. ISUPK is still open. We still 24/7. Call that number. A brother will answer and will counsel you, answer your questions and everything. Because we fear the Lord. The churches don't fear the Lord. That's why they out on Facebook having virtual service, virtual congregations. You know what I'm saying? They got, it's just the pastor, probably 3 choir members.
No, you forgot about the first lady.
Oh yeah, the first lady there too.
Yeah, because she has to do the first 2 hours. The first 2 hours, yeah.
She's like the best tambourine banger in the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, if I may, right? Every pimp needs that one woman that's gonna go recruit, right? Mm-hmm. That's gonna go and grab and convince those that are lost, right? That's how the pimp game works. They always have that one woman, right? That women have a way of just talking with each other, right? They have their own little gatherings. They have a way of talking with each other that helps him promote his church and get a congregation full of women. They need that first lady. The first lady plays more of an important role in that church than you think.
Oh yeah, the first lady, yeah. She is the hunter and the gatherer.
That's right. That's right. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And what y'all need to understand, man, is this: fear of the Lord is the first step to wisdom. If you're not following his law, statutes, and commandments, what do you actually know? What do you actually know that can benefit you, your people, and your family? You know nothing. That's why your pastors are out there still begging you for tithes, even though you are out of work. Not understanding and knowing that you can't pay tithes if you're not making an increase.
That's right.
Because they have no wisdom. They just want your money.
That's right.
That's all they want is your money. Nothing else. They don't want to help you. They don't want to serve you. Because yes, Commander General Yohana serves me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? This brother right here, he's ranked above me. He serves me. Your pastor don't serve you. Your pastor won't help you with a thing. We pay tithes because if I need rent, guess what? Just a phone call away. Just a phone call away. Because Commander General Yohana fears the Lord and he is filled with wisdom. The men in the ISUPK fears the Lord and we are filled with wisdom. We're not fools over here. And we don't cower over here. That's why the slogan is what?
No cowards.
No cowards. The slogan is literally no cowards. Because there's no fear here. Other than the fear of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Well, Salaki, sir. May you continue that?
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments.
A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. Those who understand have wisdom. Those who have wisdom fear the Lord. So that correlates to fearing the Lord is following his laws, statutes, and commandments. If you're not following his laws, statutes, and commandments, you don't fear the Lord. If you're smoking weed to get high, you don't fear the Lord. If you're smoking anything to get high, you don't fear the Lord. What's weed smokers' greatest excuse? It's medicinal. What's your ailment? Has it healed you yet? Then it ain't working. Stop smoking. If it ain't healed you yet, you need to stop. Because you're doing it just to be high. And you got to have a sober mind and be vigilant, like the scripture says. If you don't have a sober mind and being vigilant, guess what? You're not fearing the Lord. If you're out there eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster, guess what? You're not fearing the Lord. You have no wisdom. Your grandma has no wisdom. Your mama has no wisdom. The first lady has no wisdom. Your pastor has no wisdom. None of them. They're all fools. You know what I'm saying? May you continue that Bible question, sir?
His praise endureth forever.
Yo, when you're following those law, statute, commandments, guess what? The Most High recognizes you. And that lasts forever. When the power and you know what I'm saying? Look at Christ. Christ followed those law, statutes, and commandments. And much of y'all Christians like to believe he done away with them. Nah. He followed them. And his praise is forever. It's forever. Over what? Over what? 2,000 years now?
That's right.
Over 2,000 years they know his name? Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? But so like, let's drop that. Let's get Proverbs 1 and 7.
Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Lord is what?
Is the beginning of knowledge.
Continue.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
But fools despise what?
Wisdom and instruction.
Yo, the ISUPK been instructing and giving y'all wisdom on what's to come since 1969. We've been telling y'all about this since 1969. The plagues of Egypt are here, been here. They've been here. But y'all despise what we teach. Y'all despise everything that we teach. You know what I'm saying? Fools despise wisdom and knowledge. We're giving y'all what the Most High is teaching. Your pastor, he might quote half a scripture in his sermons and talk about his whole life the whole time.
That's right.
That's what your pastor does. He don't even relate it to the scripture that he brought out. There's no wisdom in the Christian church. There's no knowledge in the Christian church. There's a bunch of lies and greed. But us and ISUBK, y'all want to ridicule. You know why? Because y'all fools. My people are fools, man. But don't worry, that ain't going to stop us. Because the foolishness of what?
Of preaching.
The foolishness of preaching. That's what's going to save this nation. That's what's going to save this nation. You know what I'm saying? Read that from the top, Bible Show.
Proverbs chapter 1 verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Continue.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Like, we get ridiculed for our rank and order. That man that's above me that tells me to do something, guess what I'm going to do? Because I'm not a fool. I'm going to follow that instruction. I'm going to follow that instruction. Guess what the law, statutes, and commandments are? The law, statutes, and commandments are instructions. Only a fool despises that. Only a fool will want to go against those law, statutes, and commandments. Want to go against them instructions because they want to follow the lust and pleasures of their own heart, or they're too scared because they think about what other people are going to think of them.
Come.
I don't care what people think about me. You know what I'm saying?
And Shalakia,
Come.
when you care about what other people think about you, it becomes a burden.
Come.
Because now you end up sugarcoating things and not being 100 with, about yourself. You know what I mean? Just to please man. You know what I'm saying? You're a man pleaser when you care about what other people think about you. And you should never be a man pleaser.
Which is why so many dudes are too scared to tell their woman they got another woman. Because they're scared. They're scared. See, what people need to understand, your fear is going to make you weak.
That's right.
Your fear is going to make you a coward.
Condi, and Salak, if I may, you become a servant to the person that you're lying to.
Come.
You become their servant now. They know they got you.
They know you lying too.
That's right.
They know you lying. Don't be a servant to that woman, because women know you lying. Just tell her, yeah, I got another woman. What, you gonna leave? Deuces. They know what you. They know that you lie. Everybody that you lie to know that you lying, because it just don't sit right. And now you are a servant to them, even your boss, even everybody. You are a servant to them because you lied, and you cowered, and you showed fear. What's the worst that could happen if you told the truth? What's the worst? What's the worst if you actually followed the law, statutes, and commandments? What's the worst that could happen? Oh, you stop eating pork. Go boo-hoo. Don't worry, beef bacon tastes better than pork bacon anyway.
That's right. It really does.
It does. Beef bacon is a whole lot better than pork bacon.
Yeah, I had some the other day. Shit is mean.
Beef bacon is something special. You know what I'm saying? But y'all scared to lose pork because y'all think everything tastes better when it's pork. You know what I'm saying? No pork chop tastes better than any steak. That's been proven. That's historical. You know what I'm saying? Ribs are always better when it's beef. Pork chop can't touch a lamb chop to this day. But Salakia, give you Ecclesiasticus 19 and 24.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 19. Like you said, 24?
Verse 24, sir.
Chapter 19, verse 24. He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High.
Those who have a little bit of understanding, they just have a little inkling of what the Most High is about. And they still fear God. Continue.
Is better than one that had much wisdom.
It's better than those who actually know everything about the Bible. Continue.
And transgresseth the law of the Most High.
And transgress the laws of the Most High. That's your pastor. That's your pastor. Your pastor's still out there transgressing the laws of God. He's telling you that the laws are done away with for a reason. So he can transgress every one of them. So he could sleep with your woman. So he could touch your kids. So he could do all that. And you worried about the COVID-19, you need to worry about your pastor. Your pastor's a bigger threat than COVID-19. T.D. Jakes is far more dangerous than COVID-19. Eddie Long, well, he's dead now. He ain't much of a danger now, but he was more dangerous than COVID-19. Creflo Dollar, Joel Osteen, Juanita Bynum, whatever other Christian pastors out there, they're far more dangerous than COVID-19. Know why? Read that from the top again.
He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High.
See, they have a lot of understanding, but they don't fear the Most High. They know every law, statute, commandment. Know how I know they know? They went to school to study the scriptures. They went to a place called theology school. Granted, the word theology alone means the study of theories, but theology school is strictly the study of the Bible and other religions. They went to school for that. They know the law, statutes, and commandments. All 600 plus of them. They know them all. Are they following them? Are they following them all? No, they're not. No, they're not. None of your pastors are following them. If they were, T.D. Jakes wouldn't be like, it's okay to be a homosexual. God still loves you. If they were following the law, Creflo Dollar wouldn't be trying to force your grandmama to give him every penny so he could buy a new plane. And that don't stop with Christian pastors. That stops with every black leader you know. Minister Farrakhan, Umar Johnson, Polite. You know what I'm saying? All you so-called fake Hebrews out there that's having unity camps. You know what I'm saying? From the Tazadakias down. They don't fear the Lord. So follow the men that fear the Lord. Commander General Hunter fears the Lord. I fear the Lord. And fearing the Lord is what's going to get you right. If they fear the Lord, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. If they fear the Lord, their churches wouldn't be closed down. If they fear the Lord, you wouldn't be buying so many rolls of toilet paper for no reason.
God.
No reason. You know what I'm saying? You got all this toilet paper in the house, but you wonder where your next cup of water coming from. Can't get a chicken wing to save your life right now. Because your woman got high and she ate up all the chicken.
And if I may, right, this is a side note. I was talking to a brother in the world, right? We was doing a little powwow session. And I said, it makes America look bad when the other countries have us on a microscope, right? The other nations across the world have us on a microscope, right? And when they look through their screens and see that the biggest concern in America, in Babylon, in what is considered the greatest country in the world, with the military might that it has, they ridicule this country because they realize that these people are panicking over toilet paper. Now, if we're talking war games and you see your enemy, listen, you see your enemy scrambling for toilet paper during a time of crisis,
I don't gotta waste a bullet.
How do you think this their generation of war personnel is gonna grow up thinking? They're gonna be like, oh, this is little punks that were running around for toilet paper. We about to wipe we about to wipe these dudes out.
Wipe our ass.
Let me tell you something. You know what it showed the rest of the world? It showed America's weakness. Especially, it always starts with their citizens, right? It showed America's weakness. That's what it showed.
Yeah. We are at a prime point right now where the enemies of America could take full advantage and press a button. America is so concerned about toilet paper right now. Even the military, so concerned about COVID-19 right now. If North Korea pressed the button, if China pressed the button, because China is smoothing out with this. If anybody pressed the button aimed toward America, who is manning the missile defenses right now? Who's manning them? The person that's manning them is buying toilet paper right now.
He's concerned about toilet paper.
He's in line waiting for sanitizer right now. Because the simple fact is they coward. And that's okay. America don't have these law, statutes, commandments. Black, Hispanic, and natives do. And us having these law, statutes, commandments, we gotta follow them because that's our protection. I'm gonna get into that too. But Salaki, sir. Start that from the top again.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19, verse 24. He that hath small understanding and feareth the Most High,
continue,
is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High.
Like back in the day, I used to clown these cats that used to be, you know what I'm saying. Nowadays they call them super woke cats. You know what I'm saying? They have a little understanding. But you can tell they fear God because they trying to follow the law to the best of their understanding. But I used to clown them. Like, yo, pork. You don't want to eat pork? I was raised on pork. Pork is delicious. But he has a better chance to get into the kingdom or having power in the kingdom than your Christian pastor who knows the law, who knows everything. See, this man, these so-called Super Bowl cats are doing things out of ignorance, but they're trying to follow the laws to the best of their ability. But they're doing things out of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? They're much better than your Christian pastor, because your Christian pastor, believe it or not, he knows this Bible in and out. Granted, as much as he knows it, he still can't beat the ISUBK in any debate. But he knows this Bible in and out, and he still promotes that the law's done away with. He still promotes come as you are. He still promotes the dietary law is done away. He still promotes all types of manner and madness. He still promotes you to divorce your husband if he ain't able to pay this and pay that and keep you happy. He promotes all types of manner of madness, and guess what? That's about as wicked as it gets on this planet. You know what I'm saying? And that man is not showing fear of the Lord. That man is teaching you not to fear the Lord. That man is teaching you how to depend on him more than dependent on the powers that you're supposed to follow. You know what I'm saying? But Slack, let's get Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Oops, hold that one.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
I really should have left this for the end of the class. But let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. This is what it's all about. This is the whole point of everything that we do. This is the bottom line here. When y'all are high as can be, you start talking about what's the point of life, all types of crazy questions y'all ask. Here is the most simple answer to it. May continue, Bible Sean, sir.
Fear the Most High.
Do what?
Fear the Most High.
You got to fear the Most High. How do you fear the Most High? Continue.
And keep His commandments.
And keep His commandments. You know what I'm saying? You cannot say you fear God and not keep His commandments. Every dude I know that talking about the only person I fear is God is smoking weed, eating pork, popping whores, selling drugs, hating their brothers, hating their mothers, hating their sisters, hating their fathers. How can you hate your father? He's the one that brought you in this world. But that's what it comes to in this world. A lot of people ain't understanding the conclusion of the whole matter. The conclusion of the whole matter is to fear God and follow His commandments. That is your safety net on everything. That is the safety net on everything. Fearing God is following the law, statutes, and commandments. You know why? Because if you don't follow Him, He'll kill you.
That's right.
You'll get hit by a bus randomly. You'll catch the COVID-19. You'll catch AIDS. You'll catch all types of gout and diabetes and whatever else that's out there. Because you're not fearing the Lord. If you fear the Lord, you'll follow His commandments, and you're not in that scope. You're not in that scope. You're not in those crosshairs to get sniped out by whatever plague, pestilence, and tempest. Whatever tempest the Lord sets out. That's whirlwinds. That's storms. Salakia. May start that from the top again, Bible Kashoshin?
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments. For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the what?
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's your job, Black, Hispanic, and Native man. That's your job, to follow those law, statutes, commandments, and fear God and teach your family to do so. It's a headache. I know. That woman is very hard-headed, ain't listening to nothing you say. Well, guess what? Sooner or later, you got to wipe your hands of it. You got to just dust your hands off it and say, let the Lord deal with it.
That's right.
Your kids, they get high, they're doing this and that. Sooner or later, you can make more kids. You know what I'm saying? But you just got to hold your part. Fear God. Because fear man, that's foolishness. If you fear man, he gonna tell you all types of nonsense.
Come on.
And that's not going to help you, even in your fear of him. You know what I'm saying? How many slaves feared their masters? How many slaves got killed by their masters? You know what I'm saying? Let's drop down. Can you go back a couple of chapters to Ecclesiastes? Oh no, this is Ecclesiasticus. Go to Ecclesiasticus 10 and 19.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 19. They that fear the Lord are a sure seed.
Us and the ISUPK, we're the sure shot. We're the sure seed. They're different from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're the sure seed. We are the ones that's going to catch that.
And if I may, I'm glad you brought that up. You can, it's the scriptures where it talks about, farming, planting. A sure seed, is going to grow.
And produce.
And produce, right? But then not all the seeds, that you put in the ground are going to grow. Some are going to get choked up.
Mm-hmm.
So this is an actual perfect scripture. I got to mark the scripture. And you're absolutely right. The Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge is a sure seed, right? That is growing, right? That is producing fruit. But go ahead.
We are that sure seed. You know what I'm saying? We are the ones that's guaranteed to produce, you know what I'm saying? Get you right, shape you up, give you that power to fight your demons, fight this COVID-19, and not live in fear of man, but live in fear of the Most High.
God.
You know what I'm saying? When we're driving down the street, back in the day, we used to get nervous when we heard those sirens. Now we don't. Because the Most High is on our side. That's the point of being a sure seed, having the Most High on your side. You know what I'm saying? May you continue with that, Bible Show?
God. And they that love him, an honorable plant.
Continue.
They that regard not the law are a dishonorable seed.
Now you have those that are sure seeds. We are the honorable plant. Us that are a sure seed, we are honorable plant because we produce. But then there are those that are not honorable. You know what I'm saying? They don't produce. You know why? Because they don't follow the laws. And they are dishonorable seed. They are a dishonorable plant. Christ killed a tree because it didn't produce.
God.
That was a dishonorable plant. Dishonorable seed. If Christ would kill that tree for not producing, what would he do to you that's supposed to be following him? You know what I'm saying? May you continue, Bible Show?
They that transgress the commandments are a deceivable seed.
They that transgress the commandments, like there's a difference between those that disregard the law and those who purposely transgress it. Those that purposely transgress it, they are deceivable seed. They are seed that you think is going to grow, but nothing comes from it at all. Seed, you got a seed. What do you expect from a seed? You expect a plant to come from a seed. How does a seed deceive you? No plant comes from that seed. It's pointless. Because he's not following the law, statute, commandments. He's purposely transgressing them. Purposely. Continue. Oh, sorry. That was it on that. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 21 and 11.
Ecclesiastes or Asticus?
Ecclesiasticus 21 and 11.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 21 verse 11. He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof.
Those that keep the the law, statute, commandments. We understand the law, statute, commandments. We understand what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? And we don't fear it. We have power over it. What do I mean by we got power over it? Let me tell you what we mean by we got power over it. See, us and ISUPK, we prepare for the worst and hope for the best. We knew about these laws, these pestilence and plagues coming way before COVID-19, way before SARS, way before MERS, way before AIDS, and we prepared. You know what I'm saying? When AIDS came around, we were already prepared. We were teaching our kids not to have sex with just anybody. You know what I'm saying? When swine flu and all these other crazy diseases come around, we were teaching ourselves not to just eat any and everything.
God.
You know what I'm saying? We were prepared. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it means to have understanding of the law. Because the law would teach you to be prepared. Because guess what? Keeping the law is being prepared.
God.
You can't catch swine flu if you don't eat swine. You can't catch what else? You can't catch AIDS if you're not having sex with any and every whore on site.
It's lucky. You know what's funny? I don't know. I'm just throwing this out there. But I used to catch the flu all the time, right? But ever since I came into the truth, I haven't caught the flu since then.
What you're bringing up is heavy as hell. Because when I came in the truth, I used to catch pneumonia literally every year.
God.
Pneumonia was clockwork for me. Literally, around this time right now, I would have pneumonia.
God.
And the doctors told me why it was. Because I was a heavy smoker and a heavy drinker.
God.
That would fuck up my lungs. And guess what stopped me from being a heavy smoker and a heavy drinker? These law, statutes, and commandments that's taught by the ISUPK through the Bible.
God.
You know what I'm saying? That's the fear of the Lord and the understanding of the law. When you understand the law, I don't have to worry about pneumonia. I haven't had pneumonia literally since I've been in the school. Literally, peep it. I came in September as a young man of 2015, September 2015. Literally, in April, I've been catching it every year the April before that.
God.
But I stopped smoking literally about October. I haven't touched a cigarette or a blunt the October of 2015.
God.
And ever since then, I have not caught pneumonia.
It's crazy.
Don't believe me, I don't give credit to those doctors. I give credit to the ISUPK. Because the doctors been told me that smoking was the cause of it. Did I stop smoking? No. Know what stopped me from smoking? General Muhammad said the Most High could take you out no matter what, any way he wants to. You smoking, he could take you out by getting hit by a car. I got hit by a car 3 times in my life. That was a stern warning to me.
God. It's lucky, and it's the reason why you want to fear the Lord is because there's 2 ways that the Most High can speak to you, right? One of those ways is through a car accident, or it's through a bullet to the head, or disease, right? And so you got to be careful how the Lord is communicating with you. And sometimes it's just a warning, and sometimes it's just too late. The Lord has just had enough. You know what I mean? The Lord, throughout your life, has been speaking to you through the events that have been going on in your life because you were under a curse. You know what I mean? So it's funny you say that. You know what I mean?
And it's the way it is. That comes with understanding. See, a lot of cats don't have that understanding. That's the fear of the Lord. That the Most High can take you out when He wants, how He wants. You don't have to catch that COVID-19. You can catch something worse. You can catch something worse because you're not following those law, statutes, commandments. But let me guarantee something for you. You're not following the law, statutes, and commandments as the Most High set forth and how have our King Yahweh Shai has shown us how to do it. Guess what? You're gonna catch something. You're gonna catch something. Might not be the COVID, might not be AIDS, might not be SARS, MERS, gonorrhea, whatever. It might not be anything. Might not be a heart attack, might not be whatever, but you might catch a bullet. You might catch a Suburban. We don't have that what you call it? We don't have that benefit of picking how we go out because we sinning. But let me tell you something. If you're not sinning, guess how you gonna go out? In your sleep. You're gonna live to a mighty old age and go out peacefully. Because what's gonna take you out if you follow the law, statute, commandments? What, diabetes? High blood pressure? You're following the law, statute, commandments. None of that's gonna touch you. You know what I'm saying? But Salakia. May you continue that, Bob Kuchal, sir?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19.
No, 21.
121, Salakia.
21 and 11.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 11. He that keepeth the law of the Lord getteth the understanding thereof.
Continue.
And the perfection of the fear of the Lord is wisdom.
What is perfection of the fear of the Lord? What is perfection of the fear of the Lord? I mean, there's many ways I can explain it to you. You can literally read up above it. But following the law, statute, commandments is the perfection of the fear of the Lord. How do you become perfect? How do you become perfect? By following those law, statutes, and commandments. Christ followed those law, statutes, commandments. Job followed the law, statutes, commandments. Believe me, Christ wasn't the only perfect person in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? It's not difficult to be perfect. Didn't Christ tell y'all to be perfect as our Father in heaven is perfect? That means follow those law, statutes, and commandments. That's the only thing that's going to protect you from the woes of this world. Is these law, statutes, and commandments. That's your only protection. Without that, you in danger. You in straight up and down danger. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, can I get Matthew 10 and 28?
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
A lot of y'all coming up with these crazy conspiracy theories because y'all scared of the government because you know the government is known to kill the body. Y'all scared of the police because you know the police is known to kill the body. Y'all scared of a whole bunch of things because they're known to kill the body. You know what I'm saying? You're scared of the next black man. You're scared of your brother. You're scared of your sister because they are known to kill the body. Why? If you understand these scriptures, if you understand how the Most High works, guess what? That body's temporary. You will understand that and know that. And you know that you'll be coming back. But you don't understand that and know that because your Christian pastor's not teaching that. Your Christian pastor's telling you all types of lies and giving you all types of fables about a heaven and a hell that don't exist. But let me tell you what about the heaven and hell that do exist. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man. Right now, this country of America, this world, this planet, this society that we live in right now for us is hell. That's right. That's hell. With or without COVID-19, it's hell. Our brothers that's Native Americans right now don't even have water or electricity right now on their reservation. Know why? Because our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Our enemy is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And he is stopping them from getting the resources that they need just for basic life. You know what I'm saying? Black man, you gotta worry about getting shot in the back just for going to school. Unarmed and everything. You're scared of the police like crazy right now. You know what I'm saying? Can you start that from the top again, Bible Sean?
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them which kill the body.
Don't fear the police. Don't fear them. They ask for your license, give it to them. You don't even have to talk to them, just give it to them. If you're not breaking any of their laws, you have nothing to worry about, just give it to them. I know they are the devil that the Bible speaks of, but you got a better chance of just giving it to them, giving them their license, giving them just hear out the command, give it to them, don't worry about them, than you have with you putting up a fight. Your woman running her mouth. You know what I'm saying? You pulling out your camera to record, which is not a bad idea. I ain't saying that's a bad idea. Pull out that camera, record. Put them on edge. At least that much of edge, but not too much of an edge. Because you put them on too much of an edge, they will kill you. On camera.
And if I may, right?
Come.
Demons fear the Lord. Come. And they also fear a man of the Lord too.
Come.
That's why the demons, when they said, Christ I know, but Paul I know, but who are ye? Meaning they knew the authority that Christ and Paul had. So those demons knew better not to even step on any of their toes. But but he said, but who are you though? You the one that likes to smoke them blunts, right? Oh yeah, I know you. Guess what? Yeah, I'm gonna jump on you. I'm gonna beat you up, right? I'm gonna shoot you. So, what does that say? Fear the Lord, so you can get the understanding, so you can get the wisdom, so you can get the spirit of the Lord. So when the demons see the power and the might that the Lord has instilled in you, they're like, whoa, let's get out of here, fellas. Them legions are going to say, let's head out of Dodge before he casts us into those swine. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
You're absolutely right with that. You know what I'm saying? May you continue with that?
But are not able to kill the soul.
Yo, those who are able to kill the body, guess what? They're not able to kill your soul. They're not able to kill your spirit. If you're following the law, statutes, and commandment, guess what? You're going to die following those law, statutes, and commandments. Let them kill you. I know a lot of conspiracy theories right now talking about, what are they talking about? 5G and microchips and all that.
Lord, the conspiracy theorists are on a whole, they're on fleek right now. They're on a whole nother level right now.
Yeah, I heard a whole new one though. They're going, you catch that COVID vaccine, they're going to put the chip in you as they're giving you the vaccine.
I caught that the other day. I had a 2-hour power hour with a nigga in the world that I know, and I caught that the other day.
Guess what? Take my body. Take my body.
I would have been like, how much you paying for that chip? How much that cost? How much can I get for that?
Right. Take my body. My body means nothing. But I'm going to die following these law, statute, commandments. Because guess who could kill my soul? Guess who could kill my soul? Guess.
Not no goddamn chip.
Yeah, no chip is killing your soul.
Absolutely no right. Chip killing your soul.
No chip is killing your soul, but the Most High can kill your soul. You don't understand what that means. That's. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but let me tell you, you can't come back. Once your soul's going, you can't come back from that. Once that spirit is gone and dead, you can't come back. It's over. You know what I'm saying? Rhetorically and everything. Literally, you can't come back from that. The spirit's gone. You know what I'm saying? The spirit is absolutely gone. Hold on, let's get Oh, there's more on that. There's more on that. Can you continue that, Baba Kushal, sir?
Gone. But rather fear him, which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
Who is able to destroy? Hold on. I'm going to have to get into the basics of this real quick. For you Christians out there, understand this. That hell that you believe in, where your soul goes when you're dead, guess what? It said it could destroy your body and your soul in hell. How your body get to a place that only your soul could go to? how that work?
They missed that part.
Yeah, they missed that part.
Missed that part.
How did your body get there? Your body's in the dirt. Are you saying inside the dirt, 6 feet down, is where hell is? I could just go 6 feet and I could get to hell?
Con.
Oh man.
If I may,
Con.
I don't want to interrupt. This is a good class right here. Very important class, especially during these times where our oppressor is losing his mind. Can we jump to verse 29?
Verse 29 of Ecclesiasticus.
Yeah, it's Matthew.
Oh, the Matthew joint.
The following verse after 28. Matthew 10 and 29.
Come on, go right ahead, sir.
Matthew 10 and verse 29. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a farthing? And one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father? But the very hairs of your head are all numbered.
Wow.
Fear ye not, therefore, ye are more valued than many sparrows. Even the Lord decides what animal dies, right? If you can get that understanding, for every animal that you've seen, that every bird that you've seen that just fallen dead, or every animal that you've seen just fallen dead, the Lord decided if that animal was going to fall. So you don't think, and it says this, it says, for the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Let me tell you something, the Lord is going to decide who's going to fall during this COVID-19. During this pandemic, the Lord is going to decide who is going to fall and who is going to make it through this COVID-19. Now, if you get that understanding in your head, what that does now, it says, oh, truly, I must fear the Lord for me to make it through this pandemic, right? Or you become a victim of his bioweapon, of the Most High's bioweapon, right? But go ahead.
Can you get on Amos 3 and 6? I want to go on that point that you were just bringing up, sir. Because a lot of y'all rather fear the COVID-19 and not understanding how it got here. You know what I'm saying? COVID-19 is a very evil thing. It's taking out people left and right. It's taking out the elderly. It's taking out the young. It's taking out all y'all weed partners. It's taking out everybody. But why is the COVID here? What's the purpose of the COVID? May you read that, Baba Kushal, sir?
Amos chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
What is the purpose of a trumpet? What is the whole purpose of a trumpet? Let me explain to you the purpose of a trumpet. It is a warning. It is a sound that puts you on alert. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, that trumpet would blow. Everybody in the city is on alert. The enemy is coming. So you know that this enemy is coming. Will you not be afraid? You hear the horn. You know what's coming. Are you not afraid? Continue.
Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it?
How did that evil get there? Why should you be afraid? The evil got there because of the Lord, and that's why you should be afraid, because you're not following the Lord. The Lord brought that evil. The Lord brought the COVID-19. Don't be scared of the COVID-19. Be scared of the Lord. Be scared of the Most High Power. The Most High Power brought this evil here. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no scientist. You know what I'm saying? It was brought through by somebody eating some bat and goat. But remember, those people who ate those bats, the law's not for them. The law's not for them. The law's for us black, Hispanic, and natives. You know what I'm saying? So them eating that, guess what? It is of the Lord that this evil is here to wreak havoc, to make an example. This is to show the strength of the Lord. Everybody that dies shows the strength of the Lord. Everybody that gets sick shows the strength of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's all it's for. For everybody to understand that the Lord is here. And your ways and your actions is upsetting. You know what I'm saying? It's very upsetting. Should there be evil and the Lord have not done it? Salakia. May you let's drop that. Let's get oh, why am I leaving this joint? Hold on. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. I'm going to my favorite scripture that I like to pull out almost every class. I don't know why I just don't know the placement by heart, but I just don't even know. But I bring it out every class. Revelations 18:4. We're going to end the class on this scripture. You know what I'm saying?
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying,
this is a voice from heaven. This is the angel. That's the trumpet blowing. Continue.
Come out of her, my people.
We've been blowing that same trumpet since 1969. We've been telling you to separate from her and show and give your reverence to the Lord and start following these laws, statutes, and commandments since 1969.
God.
But look at God. Look at God. Now y'all can't even celebrate Easter.
Can't celebrate Easter, St. Patrick's Day. Lord. Well, Sloggy, what did Trump say about this Easter thing? I'm trying to figure out.
He was sure that this would be all over by Easter.
Oh, okay.
Because he was hoping that Easter would rock.
They need them. They need to see them bunnies. They need to see them the eggs, the colorful eggs and bunnies, or it doesn't make sense to them.
But let me tell you something. Majority of states have a limit on 10 to 15 people gathering in one spot together. You do that, you are in violation. There's going to be an issue. There is a pastor, I think in Arizona or Texas or something, that is going to jail right now because he decided to have service amongst this COVID-19. You go ahead and have your Easter service. You're going to have the FBI, CDC, WHO. You're going to have everybody at your door like, yo, you got to come.
In the name of Jesus, they're going to come to your door.
Oh, because y'all do not fear the Lord.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? So he said, come out of her. Separate yourself from her. You can't celebrate Easter this year. You can't have your little Easter egg hunts. You can't have your big dinner. Big mama gonna be alone. And it's for her benefit. It's for her health. Stay away from Big Mama. And stay away from Easter. You know why? Because that's what the Lord wants. The Lord don't want us, black, Hispanics, and natives celebrating Easter. He don't want that. He wants us to gather together, prepare for what's to come. You know what I'm saying? May you continue that to get Bible Kashas?
Come out of her, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
And ye be not partakers of her sins. Who is the her? The her is America and the society. The her is this way this world is being ran. The her is this world. It is the society.
It's the whore.
It's the whore of Babylon. The great whore. And the world wants us to come up out of her. Stop dealing with her. So we won't be partakers of her sins. How are we being partakers of her sins? Let me show you how we are being partakers of her sins. When this COVID-19 came out, oh man, Black and Hispanics were ecstatic. It ain't affecting us.
Mm-hmm.
Which of us has got it? None of us. Then boom, a Denver Nugget player who was all chummy with an Edomite reporter ended up catching it. You know what I'm saying? He should have separated from that reporter. He would have caught it. You know what I'm saying? Now another player got it. Now that's why we have quarantine laws.
That's right.
Believe me, when the kingdom comes, when the kingdom of the Most High comes, you talking to Edomite too long is going to get you quarantined.
Oh yeah.
You got to be in this corner for a bit, bro. I don't know what that Edomite got. You talking to an Asian for too long going to get you quarantined. We don't need information of a disease. You're just going to be in that corner over there. We don't trust you right now. It's not your fault, bro. You just not separating from them. You got to separate.
Sluggy. If you're not stopping and frisking in the kingdom and checking for their papers, we're going to have a talk with you.
Exactly. You got to separate from them. Separating from them is our safety net. You know what happens when you separate from them? We can follow our own customs. We can follow our own law, statutes, and commandments, which is all dictated in these scriptures. And that's our safety net.
Time check.
You know what I'm saying? May you continue, Bible Kushal, sir?
God. And that you receive not of her plagues.
The COVID-19 is a plague. Y'all don't want none of that, but y'all catching that because the simple fact is y'all not separating from her. Y'all not separating from her. We need to separate from her so we won't catch it. Unfortunately, we already got it. Now we got to separate those who got it from us. We're separating from y'all pastors. We're separating from y'all Christians. Till y'all start following these law, statutes, commandments as the Lord dictates in these scriptures, which can only be taught in the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana.
God.
It's the only place you can learn how to follow these law, statutes, commandments. You want to be out there having unity camps with somebody who do not understand the same doctrine that you're teaching. You're teaching rape is wrong. He's teaching it's okay to rape.
God.
You're teaching that it's okay to have white people in the kingdom. You're teaching that it's not. It's confusion. The Lord is not about confusion.
God.
But let me tell you what the Lord is about. He is about you separating. The Most High power is a separatist. And that's the only way we can follow these law, statutes, commandments is without the influence of these other nations. We can't follow the law, statutes, commandments with their influence, with them being all up in our atmosphere, breathing up all this black man's air.
And Salaki. And all of a sudden, Mexicans are not a threat anymore.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
I mean, that was white America's biggest concern. Board up the walls, and we got to protect our nation, national security. Now, all of a sudden, the Mexicans are not a threat anymore.
Which should show y'all how serious this is.
If I may, when the Mexicans are the most peaceable people on the planet.
Come, sir. You're absolutely right on that. You're absolutely right on that. Any more on that? Can you read more? A little more?
God. Verse 5. For her sins have reached onto heaven.
Her sins have what?
Have reached onto heaven.
The Most High is taking notice to America. The Most High is taking notice to Europe. The Most High is taking notice to Africa, Asia, all of them. The Most High is taking notice because her sons have reached the heavens. Her sins have reached the heavens. Her sins are noticeable. The Most High like, well, I can't let this stand much longer. I'm gonna have to do something.
And if I may, the way they worded it, her sins have reached onto heaven, meaning her sins stacked up so high
Mm-hmm.
that it started knocking on the Most High's door. That's how high her sins have stacked up.
Exactly. The Most High like, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna have to send a plague over here. I'm gonna have to send 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because the pride of this country, who knows how many plagues you're gonna send? America think it's unstoppable. You so-called Christians out there think it's unstoppable. Our people really think America will last forever. This democracy will last forever. Y'all really think it will not fall. That's why y'all feel comfortable in y'all sins, because y'all think this will be forever, and it will not. It will not. It will crumble. It will crumble. And when it does, IGBK is there to pick up the pieces and form a new world where the Most High's laws are the standards to live by. Without that, this world might as well explode. Without the law, statute, commandment, there's nothing but chaos and anarchy. You know what I'm saying? But may you continue with that, Baba Kushal?
And the Most High had remembered her iniquities.
I know y'all want to forget about slavery. I know y'all want to forget about the Spanish-American War and all the hell that they brought to our Hispanic brothers. Y'all want to forget about those internment camps. Y'all want to forget about Philando Castile. Y'all want to forget about Tamir Rice. But guess what? The Lord ain't going to forget about none of that. The Lord remembers them too. The Lord remembers all those slain brothers and sisters slain by our enemies.
And if I may add one more thing, right, before we head out of here. Keep in mind, they're saying that America has the highest case of coronavirus, right?
Beautiful.
But if you think about the numbers, China and East India, or in India, have over 1 billion people. Exactly. We only had about a quarter of what these other nations have, and we have the highest. So the Lord is probably just going by nation. He's judging nations. And America, I think their death toll is gonna surpass every other death toll by at least 100%.
It's lucky, sir. And you bringing up the population is a heavy point. Bringing up per capita, was bringing up the amount of people that died in China. It wasn't shit. It was more like a smack in the back of the head. You know, like when you acted up in bringing up a church reference. When you're acting up in church, your mama or your grandma smack you in the back of the head. That's what that was. That's what China got. America, they need to prepare for something worse. Cause they're the kid that's going up on the pulpit, snatching down the mic, kicking the pulpit over, dropping elbows on the pastor. That's what America is. Hate to make it a church reference, but that's just to bring understanding to it. America's that real bad child. And the Most High gonna have to do something real bad to it. Oh no, it ain't getting a smack on the back of the head. It's getting a full-blown whooping. A classic whooping. You know what I'm saying? And it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And should I bring it up? I got 3 minutes. Hold on.
Yeah, you might as well. Start making announcements. Start making announcements.
Start making announcements?
8:57.
Yeah, I'm gonna start making one, man. But let me tell you something real quick. The scripture says, I'm gonna say it, well, not say it verbatim, I'm just gonna into it. Blessed is the man to see the fall of his enemies. You know what I'm saying? The scripture in Ecclesiasticus that spits on that. And that's what you need to understand. It's a blessing to see America fall. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful blessing to see America fall. And Be blessed to see it. Sit back, chill, have a drink. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I'm gonna close the class. I'm gonna pass. You got the announcements on you? Well, I'm gonna
just close it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. You know what I'm saying? This is the ISUPK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanded General Yohana. New rule for brothers and sisters. When a brother or sister comes into school, they are off limits for 6 months. They have to cleanse themselves for the world. You know what I'm saying? After that 6 months, if they are interested in the brother or sister, they have to go to that brother or sister's head. You know what I'm saying? And see if that brother or sister is available. And after that, if they granted permission to court, another 6 months will pass before those brothers and sisters will ask permission again to get married. You know what I'm saying? And if you're interested in being a trooper, you know what I'm saying, getting all black, black shirt, black pants, black jeans, you know what I'm saying, black headpiece, you know what I'm saying, and call the numbers, seek counsel and all that, you know what I'm saying, and don't forget to pay your tithes. 10% of every penny that you get goes to the men of the Lord. And the men of the Lord is only those in the ISUPK. That's how we're going to survive this COVID-19, is by you paying your tithes. You know what I'm saying? And with that, shalom.
Shalom.